Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Safety System. This week, I was out of town for a couple of days. Nothing makes me feel safer about going out of town in my house, still sitting here in Knoxville, than those two Safety System signs right in front and out back. Folks, that's just, they're great. They do everything. Get a top security system with local monitoring from a local company that offers terrific terms of service as good as anything nationally, better than anything nationally. Safety Systems. Give VFL JJ Surlis a call. You will be very happy that you did. I know that I am. The Vols are 14-1, 3-0 in the SEC. That means they are halfway through their schedule with exactly 15 regular season games to go. Let's take a look at the SEC standings. Tennessee and Ole Miss, both at 3-0 up there. Now you see there's an asterisk there besides South Carolina and Missouri. That's because Missouri had trouble getting out of one Columbia last night due to snow, getting to the other Columbia where they're going to play today. But you look at the standings. Mark Pancratz, I'll start with you very quickly. Anything stand out to you in terms of surprises?
I think what Kermit Davis is doing at Ole Miss, he's combined some discipline with their already pretty good roster. So them being 13-2, and then South Carolina being 2-0, beating the Mississippi State team and Florida.
After a really rough
7-7 starting out. I mean, you're 5-7, and they've been impressive.
Gentlemen, is this, the SEC was supposed to be better this year. It was advertised as going to be a really good league. It's early, but we've seen the non-conference segment. We've now seen we've seen 1.5 rounds of league play. Is the league as good as it was cracked up to be?
I don't think so, but for the Florida disappointment, which I think they are, you've got the Ole Miss uprising. So there's some teams that are actually maybe playing a little bit better than I thought, whereas some other teams I thought would be better or not. Maybe that's balanced out, but overall, I don't think the league's quite as good when you start looking at RPIs and the NCAA net.
Yeah.
They're not they didn't get as many good non-conference wins as I thought they might.
LSU is another team that's off to a really good start. I want to see how well they maintain that moving forward. Josh, any thoughts? Mike, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think the SEC is a league of a bunch of good basketball teams. I think it's deeper. I think the conference has grown to that the last few years. Let's see as the season plays out how many great teams there are. But as difficult it is to win, look at Mississippi State this past week. Look at Florida. Tennessee has gone on the road twice and won. And in that kind of environment in Gainesville, there's a mental toughness Tennessee has. Let's see if other teams have that too.
It's I think it's a good league, good teams, and I'll give you that stat I looked up last night. Of the 6 games last night, this is just kind of interest level, how tough it is to go into a road game. At Mississippi State last night, 95% capacity in the stands, 10,000. Texas A&M and Alabama, 80%, and that was the low, still 12,000. Georgia at Auburn, sellout. Tennessee at Florida, sellout. Vanderbilt, Kentucky, sellout. LSU at Arkansas, they still got 17,000 there, even though it wasn't a sellout. So there's a lot of interest in SEC basketball right now. I think it's a pretty good product. It's if Mississippi State is good as they have started, they're 0-2 in the conference right now. I think it's a pretty solid league.
I'll give you 30 seconds to wrap this up.
4th highest ranked team in the league right now, or in the country right now. For SEC is injuries have been a big issue. Vanderbilt would be much better if Garland was not injured, and Missouri lost Porter, an NBA player that if he was there, Missouri would be in the NCAA mix.
Very good. Josh Ward, thanks again for filling in last minute. Jimmy Himes, Mike Strange, Mark Pancratz, thanks to all of you for being here. Thanks to Bob Hodge, who was here earlier. Thanks to you for watching. Thanks to all of our sponsors for sponsoring. And we send along our best wishes to one of the best scorers we were just discussing, Tony White. Be thinking of him this week. He's battling health issues. Always keep him in mind. He was a great scorer at UT. We'll see you next week.